in the context of this pandemic right now, Mauritius has a very close relationship, very close social and economic ties to India and countries that have some of the solutions that we need. We see that Africa is not going to get vaccines at least until 2023 at a minimum. That's all things being equal. And so those partnerships are going to be quite critical in terms of, thinking about how we solve big problems. Mauritius has a very competitive financial sector, the attractive tax incentives, high ease of doing business index. What role could that play in terms of attracting the investment that would be needed in Africa to develop all these capabilities? For instance, if Africa is to go towards the vaccine manufacturing route and needs all kinds of partners, what role do you think Mauritius could play in that partnership?
We have a fairly sophisticated financial sector, but we have to plug in increasingly governance and transparency in everything that we do, especially in that, because we are under the microscope of the world when these kind of financial flows are going through our jurisdiction. But I think one thing I will ask, again, a very, very blunt question. Where are the sovereign wealth of African countries kept? Are they kept in Africa? I don't think so. So if we want to, again, look towards building, again, this African narrative, let us act. Let us do something about it. And let us, for example, look at where the sovereign funds kept. And again, as I said, we have worked, we have developed a certain human capital trained in these areas. We can put that at disposal. In fact, we have been doing that, at least in the tourism sector, because tourism sector has been a very thriving sector and has contributed over 25% of our GDP. We have developed the institutions who could train the personnel. So again, this is where we can contribute, we can collaborate with the other prime tourist destinations on the continent. So again, it's all about partnerships of exchange, but more importantly, let us really address the fundamentals of whether we really mean business when it comes to dealing with African resources. Where are they being transformed? Who is it benefiting in the final analysis? Relook at our structures, relook at our governance, relook at our ways of showing accountability. So these are the values we have to go back to. And I think this is what the COVID has shown again. How do we value these, and how do we actually look at our human capital? Because this is our best resources, the minds of the African child, the mind of the African youth. How do we use this mind to actually make a difference? And it's possible, it's doable. But again, we need to invest in them so we can retain them.
You have spoken about Mauritius as a potential bridge between Asia and Africa, and how it could play a facilitating role in terms of finding partnerships to solve some of Africa's most pressing health challenges, in terms of coming up with a plan how to make sure that these resources are better protected on a continental level. Could this be an area where Mauritius, being obviously quite aware and woke to the value of this, could be leading in conversation with other African nations?
I think what Mauritius can help play is, again, one partner in this decision, in the projects which are happening. We have 50 plus years of post-independence history, and we have started investing in some institutions, regulatory bodies. We've tried to bring in, for example, arbitration and many other issues. We used to have a very prime sugar sector where we had trained many people. Unfortunately, for many reasons, we've had to stop production of sugar, as we have known it in terms of, because the market wasn't there. But we still have the resources, we still have the trained manpower. I think this is where we can bring our contribution in areas where we are strong. We can again partner, and we want, for example, to develop our agriculture sector. As I said, Africa, East Africa, we're closest to East Africa, there's land. So how can we partner to advance this cause? So I think this is where, again, the partnership with those institutions which have matured, which have emerged, along with our counterpart on the continent, we can help bring our own kind of block to the building of a brighter future for our continent. So it's all down to partnership and how we can negotiate and how we can go together. Again, I go back to the all African adage. If we want to go fast, we go alone. If we want to go far, we go together.